Is it finally time to stop the bleeding, or are we just watching the same car crash in slow motion for another 20 years? The Dallas Cowboys are sitting at a crossroads that will either define a legacy or cement a total disaster, and the national media is already smelling blood in the water. ESPN just dropped their post-Super Bowl power rankings, and let's just say the verdict on America's team is as brutal, honest, and alarming as it has ever been. If you are ready for Jerry Jones to finally stop talking about being all in and actually start acting like it, then hit that like button right now, share this with every frustrated fan you know, and subscribe so you don't miss a single update during this chaotic off-season. Ranked 18th. Let that sink in for a moment. That is where the Dallas Cowboys sit right now in the eyes of the national experts, 18th in the league and a staggering 9th in the NFC. We aren't even in the top half of our own conference according to this list. We are trailing behind the Philadelphia Eagles, who took the division, and we are barely hovering above the Commanders and the Giants. It's a bitter pill to swallow, especially when you realize the only reason we're even that high is because the offense was carrying the absolute dead weight of a defense that can only be described as the worst in the NFL. ESPN summarized the entire off-season mission in just 3 words: fix the defense. It's not just a suggestion, it's a desperate plea. It's a command. Does anyone actually think this team can win a ring when they're giving up points like they're running a charity? It's the ultimate bingo card of failure, and right now, fix the defense is the only square that matters. In fact, it's not even a square anymore, it's the name of the game. If this doesn't get addressed, nothing else matters. Not the quarterback, not the wide receivers, not the marketing deals. We watched the Super Bowl this year, and we saw the massive gulf in class. We saw how the Patriots defense and the Seahawks defense played at various points throughout the postseason. They played with a level of discipline, physicality, and tactical brilliance that felt alien to anyone watching the Cowboys in 2025. The Dallas offense was more than good enough to compete at a championship level, but the defense was a historically bad unit. It was a unit that led to the immediate and necessary firing of Matt Eberflus. That change had to happen. You cannot reward failure on that scale. But as we dive deeper into the numbers, we realize it's not just about one coach or one bad game. It's about a systemic collapse that has wasted 20 years of potential. Question of the day, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being zero faith and 10 being total confidence, how much do you actually trust the Cowboys front office to fix this defensive nightmare before the 2026 season kicks off? Drop your number in the comments below because I want to see if there's any optimism left in this fan base. The overhaul has officially begun, and it started in the coaching rooms. The hiring of 34-year-old Christian Parker as the new defensive coordinator is the loudest statement the team has made so far. We've gone from the old boys club to a no boomers allowed coaching staff. Parker is young, he's creative, and he's bringing a modern edge that this building hasn't seen in years. He's joined by a staff of hungry, rising names. Marcus Dixon is coming over from the Vikings to handle the defensive line. Jader Uzodיר is making the jump from the Georgia Bulldogs to coach the outside linebackers. Ryan Smith is coming in from Arizona to handle the secondary, and Derek Ansley is taking over the defensive backs and the passing game coordinator role. Even the quality control roles are getting a shake-up with Robert Muschamp joining the fold. This is a staff built for the 2026 version of the NFL. Parker is expected to bring in those modern two-high shell coverages, the Vic Fangio-style schemes that have been giving high-powered offenses fits. We're talking about aggressive 5-man fronts and creative blitz packages that actually disguise intent rather than just telegraphing weakness. But here is the cold, hard reality that every fan needs to hear: you can have the smartest coaches in the world, you can have the most innovative schemes on a whiteboard, but if you don't give them the talent, the carriage isn't going anywhere. Dallas allowed a staggering 511 points in 2025. You don't just coach your way out of that kind of talent deficit. Todd Archer was 100% correct when he said the work has only just begun. We have 2 first-round picks, number 12 and number 20, and those have to be home runs. There is no room for project players or reach picks this year. We need day 1 starters who can hit like a freight train. However, the draft alone won't save us. We are dangerously thin on day 2 capital, which means Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones have to be aggressive in free agency. And don't give me the salary cap excuse. We hear it every February. Oh, the Cowboys are $32 million over the cap, they can't afford anyone. That is a myth. That is a convenient lie used to justify inactivity. In the modern NFL, the cap is a suggestion. With simple, built-in restructures, the Cowboys can create $93 million in breathing room with the click of a pen. No extra negotiations required. The Philadelphia Eagles do this every single year using option bonuses. It's the same thing, just a different name. If the Cowboys wanted to, they could cut a few underperforming veterans to save another $30 million. They could extend star players to save another $30 million. By the time the dust settles, this team could have over $100 million to spend on elite defensive talent. Imagine a world where the Cowboys actually went after the top tier of the market. It has been nearly a decade since this team paid more than a one-year, $6 million deal for an outside free agent. In that same time frame, the league's salary cap has practically doubled. The prices went up, but the Cowboys' appetite for winning remained on a budget. Jerry Jones has been hinting at busting the budget for weeks now. Well, Jerry, the world is watching. Are you going to go get a game-changer on the defensive line? Are you going to solidify the secondary with a veteran who doesn't get burnt on every third and long? Let's look at the players already in the building, because a lot of this fix has to come from within. Look at the defensive line. Currently, we have guys like Osa Odigizua, Kenny Clark, and Quinton Williams under contract. We've got depth with Solomon Thomas and Perion Winfrey. On paper, the defensive tackle spot is the one area we might actually be okay. But everywhere else, it's a disaster zone. We need to talk about the linebackers. What happened to DeMarvion Overshown? In 2024, the man was a heat-seeking missile. He was everywhere. 8 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, and a fumble recovery. He looked like the future of the position. But in 2025, the impact plays just evaporated. It felt like the previous coaching staff had zero idea how to properly deploy his speed and athleticism. If Christian Parker is the genius everyone says he is, his first job is to unlock Overshown. We need that 2024 version back, and we need it now. Then there's the secondary. We've paid Darren Bland, and we know he has the ball hawk instincts, but he has to stay on the field. The health concerns are real. And where does he play in this new system? Does he stay on the outside, or does Parker move him to the nickel to mirror the success he had with players like Cooper DeJean? We also have Savon Revel, who basically had a redshirt year in 2025. The talent is there, but the production hasn't followed. If a defensive back specialist like Parker can't make it work with Revel, then it might just not happen at all. And let's be honest about the depth. Relying on 5th-round picks like Kalen Carson to be your number 3 corner is a recipe for a heart attack. You cannot bank on late-round projects when you're trying to fix the worst defense in the league. You need at least 1, if not 2, veteran corners who can play man-to-man coverage without needing a safety to hold their hand. Speaking of safeties, Don Wilson is a free agent. Do we really trust the guys behind him? Can we go into a season banking on premium special teams players to suddenly become elite starters? It's a massive gamble that hasn't paid off for 20 years, so why would it work now? The offense is ready. The offense is championship caliber. We have the weapons, we have the quarterback, and we have the scoring potential to beat anyone in the league. But every time the offense puts up 30 points, the defense gives up 31. It's a cycle of frustration that has exhausted this fan base. Jerry Jones likes to talk about all-in, but all-in doesn't mean just signing your own players to extensions. It means being proactive. It means getting a deal done with someone like George Pickens before the market resets and becomes unaffordable. It means taking risks. The talent is there in flashes. Diamond Eziraku showed he can hang in the trenches. The film doesn't lie, he was a better run defender than anyone expected, especially coming from Boston College with size concerns. But flashes don't win Super Bowls. Consistency does. If this team enters 2026 with the same wait-and-see defensive philosophy, we are headed for another 10-win season that ends in a heartbreaking first-round exit. We are tired of the maybe next year mindset. The coaching staff is younger, the cap space is available if they choose to use it, and the draft picks are on the table. There are no more excuses left for the Jones family. It's time to stop talking about being America's team and start playing like it. The defense isn't just a concern, it's the entire season. If Parker can't mold these young pieces and if Jerry won't open the checkbook to bring in real help, we're just counting down the days until another coaching search and another wasted year of our lives. It is time to go all in for real. No more teasers, no more slogans, and no more bargain bin shopping. Go bust the budget, Jerry. Spend the money on competent defensive players and actually try to win for once. Don't be content with just being relevant, be dominant. The road to the Super Bowl goes through the defense, and right now, that road is under construction. Let's see if they actually finish the job this time.